Harry's Wife, part 104.62. She broke 15 traditions. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As you know, narcissists are invariably rule breakers. Rules are a fetter, a shackle, a restraint upon us, and thus offend our innate need for control and to nullify those threats to control. By telling a narcissist you must do this, you must not do this, you're taking choice away from us, and thus that is perceived by the narcissist as a threat to control. And therefore, in those circumstances, the narcissist must do something to nullify that threat to control, which often means a disregard for rules, protocols, traditions, and conventions. Unsurprisingly, Harry's wife similarly fails to follow tradition. Here, theroot.com, whatever that might be, in an article by Amira Castilla, tells us 15 times Harry's wife dismissed the royal rules and traditions. Harry's wife has become increasingly vocal since giving up her royal duties. Don't we know it? She will just not shut the F up. However, after she began dating Prince Harry in 2017, bringing up the past, she's been far from the traditional choice for a royal partner. Here are some of the rules and traditions she's broken, intentionally and unintentionally, since joining the British royal family. On the royal couple's website, Archewell, a picture is posted with Harry's wife showing off her voting sticker to urge Americans to vote on midterm election day in November 2022. The royal family members are supposed to be neutral in elections. Oh well, comes the comment. The royals commonly keep their distance when arriving and departing events, but Harry's wife often hugs fans, which is not common among Americans, holds conversations, and even signs autographed books. However, she does not sign her name, as it's a precaution to make sure nobody copies and forges royalties' names. Now, of course, her hugging people is an assertion of control and is an expression of fake empathy and compassion for them. We know that she's very tactile. We see the way that she behaves with Harry's wife. Baby showers are not standard in Britain, but Harry's wife planned one in the United States before the birth of Archie. Some of the celebrities in attendance were Amal Clooney, Abigail Spencer, Gayle King, and possibly, but it's never been confirmed, Serena Williams and Priyanka Chopra. Especially since returning to the United States, Harry's wife has unexpectedly shown up at events across the country, something that would have been nearly impossible in London due to safety concerns. She even visited Uvalde, Texas in May 2022 to pay her respects to the victims of the Robb Elementary School shooting. And of course, we've all pointed out what was really going on there with regard to that particular behaviour in parts passive. Oftentimes, fiancés are not allowed to appear at events with the royals before marriage, but Harry's wife was given a pass. She was the first fiancé allowed to spend Christmas at Sandringham with the Queen. But of course, isn't it the case that the royal family were just utter racists and hateful beings and didn't welcome her into the family? Oh, but they allowed her a pass so that she couldn't obey that usual tradition and was allowed to attend Sandringham. How unusual. Flies in the face of the narrative that she's put forward, but that's no surprise. Public displays of affection are rare for royal family members, but Harry and Harry's wife haven't let up on showing physical contact in public. You can always tell that they're in love, unlike Harry's brother and sister-in-law. Well, of course we all know that it's just an appearance, and it isn't actually being done, born out of her love, although he loves her, but it's simply her asserting control over him, for instance, at the polo by locking lips with him. There's also, of course, in this article a dig at Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, who, because neither of them are narcissists, don't have to go in for the pathetic hand-holding, arm-grabbing, back-steering, smooching behaviour that Harry's wife and Harry have resorted to. Covering your legs in public and sitting with legs crossed at the ankle is not mandatory, but it is often seen as a sign of respect in the presence of the Queen. Harry's wife is often seen sitting with her legs crossed, no matter what the length of her dress, and without stockings. Again, this is a consequence of her narcissism driving her to do what she deems as appropriate, as opposed to fitting in with protocol. The fact is, one might regard it as rather strange that one has to wear stockings and cross the legs at the ankle, but that's the protocol of the institution, and she was told about that, and that's what she would have to join in. But of course, Harry's wife, once again, guided by her narcissism, throws that to one side because she does what she wants. Royals are not meant to close their own doors. In 2018, Harry's wife closed her own door before heading into an event, setting the internet ablaze. However, besides it being custom, it is for the royal safety because the doors lock, and if there was an emergency upon arrival, she wouldn't be able to get back quickly into the car. So once again, the necessity that she exhibits of doing what she wants and not obeying protocols, driven by that sense of entitlement and lack of accountability, could actually have caused a problem for her. Harry's wife has been out several times, showing off a little leg. And that's what was actually written. There is believed to be a hem protocol, with knee-length dresses being the shortest length allowed, but Harry's wife doesn't follow that, if it's true, and indeed is once again doing what she wants and showing off the old chicken legs. The Suits actor had a confusing moment while out with the Queen in 2018, unsure if Her Majesty gets into cars first. Luckily, her saving grace was that she quickly asked the monarch if she preferred to hop in first, waving Harry's wife to go ahead. Well, that's what this article may have you believe. Parts past him, of course, with the analysis of that behaviour demonstrates once again her narcissism and sense of entitlement as she barges in front of the Queen. We already know that Harry's wife was not the traditional choice to become a royal spouse. One of the reasons she was unconventional was because of her presence on social media. She had to shut down her popular lifestyle blog, The Tig, in 2017 while dating Harry. Not sure really how that's something whereby she dismissed royal rules and traditions, but there we are. The former actress took on a shocking interview with CBS and Oprah in 2021 while pregnant with her and Harry's second child, Lilibet. The interview revealed the cracks in the familial relationships, racism at Buckingham Palace, rather alleged, and the Duchess's mental health struggles while living in the UK. Again, I don't necessarily see how that's dismissing royal rules and traditions, or it is simply demonstrative of her need to speak out, revise history, tell lies, and show a sense of entitlement. Traditionally, royal families give updates on the royal children's lives, but from the moment Archie was born, the Duke and Duchess have kept their children close and mostly hidden. We have yet to receive more than a couple of pictures of Archie's little sister Lilibet. It's best that nobody expect more than holiday pictures of the royal kiddos. Again, this failure to abide with tradition by putting out relatively regular pictures of them is part of her assertion of control, which I've explained elsewhere as to why you never see the children, and of course has resulted in many people believing that the children simply do not exist. Harry's wife and Harry shocked the world in January of 2020 when they posted on their Duke and Duchess Insta page that they would be stepping back from their royal duties to the Queen and working to become financially independent. Although the mother of two is not the first black person to be part of the monarchy, well done on getting that right, it is usually not as apparent, with the black royalty being lighter skinned and even white passing, well, just like she is. However, we know Harry's wife is black because look at her mama. That's a black woman, and Harry's wife looks exactly like her. Well, she doesn't actually. She's much lighter than her mother, but if you want to put that in the article in order to maintain that as part of this propaganda piece for Harry's wife, then so be it. So, a lot of nonsense really there that's stated under the auspices of trying to basically point out that Harry's wife is a little bit of a renegade, and that's a good thing. What it really does is just highlight her narcissism writ large, namely that she operates with a sense of entitlement, an absence of emotional empathy for the way that other people are affected, a lack of accountability, and poor boundary recognition. Those of you that are in the know as a consequence of my work can see straight through this. And whereas the creator of this article for The Root swallows a propaganda pill on behalf of Harry's wife in trying to make out that she's a trailblazer, a pioneer and a renegade, all words which euphemize her narcissism. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.